last week we didn't have a show because I was actually in Dallas doing the doing Dreamhack. I was at the Dreamhack convention, and that command still works in chat apparently. So, but while I was there, I actually took the time to peruse around. I was in Dallas. You know, I went to that's where the company Half Price Books was founded. So I went to their flagship store, which looks like it's inside of a parking garage that's been remodeled. It's a big ass building. There's a lot of books in there, and they're all half price. You're losing money if you don't buy something, basically, is the way it goes. But, you know, that's where Half Price Books was founded, so I swung by there, said hello. There's also a chain of retro video game stores in Texas called Game Over, and I haven't really been to the ones in Dallas, so I went and checked those out. But most importantly, also in Texas, I guess you call it a chain. It's a RV park / open air market, and it's called Trader's Village. And they have locations in San Antonio, in Houston, and there's also one all the way up right outside of Dallas in like Farmers Branch or something. And I've been to the San Antonio one quite a bit. I've picked it dry. Went to the one in Houston a couple times, most recently when I was visiting Tuna Boat Tony, but I've never been to the one in Dallas. So I had to go all the way. But I also bought a bunch of stupid little things that I could just show off and we can make some jokes about. I did the same thing when I was in Los Angeles a couple months ago for BattleBots. We had junk I got in LA. Well, this is going to be junk I got in Dallas. And to kick things off, if you saw earlier this week, I did some practice streams for NanoQuest because I really wanted to get that damn record, and I did. But I showed off that I got this bad boy right here, a certified bona fide that he fits in the whole shot. I might just show it off on the camera up top. This is an original Chucky Cheese plush from the early 90s. In fact, what does the tag say? 96. Which is really weird, because this looked like more of an... I think this is the same pattern from the one from the early 90s. They just made it all throughout the 90s. I remember seeing this dude at a Chuck E. Cheese when I was a kid, and he was like 8,000 tickets, right? He was an ungodly amount of tickets. And if you were to just buy it outright, which you could do with prices at Chuck E. Cheese, 1 cent was the equivalent of 1 ticket. That meant this dude was like $50, $80, something absolutely stupid. I didn't have that kind of money. I wasn't that good at skee-ball. I couldn't do it. But when I saw this guy at the Trader's Village open air market, they were asking $5 for Chuck E. Cheese. I'm like, I can't. I would feel really bad if I left him there. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Chuck E. Cheese. It's not really my cup of tea, but when I was a kid, this was like the place to go. So I picked him up because he just like reminds me of like a bygone era. So I didn't mean to start the stream off with the feels, but I am gonna put Chucky like right there. Hopefully he's the good kind of Chucky, not the kind that comes to life and like stabs you. But I guess so I led in with Chuck E. Cheese, but I feel like I'm just gonna show off the best thing I found in the open air market. I've already taken him out of the package because I've already put him like at my desk so I can enjoy him. So let me grab him real quick. Take a look at this guy right here. Take a look at this. What was it called? NECA, I think is the company. NECA. I don't know how to pronounce it. This is a good ass Spyro the Dragon figure. It's the good Spyro. It's the one from the Reignited trilogy, which is fine. I like that one. It's not the Legend of Spyro, and God forbid it ain't the fucking Skylander Spyro, okay? Because that would be a disaster. So I got this beautiful Spyro the Dragon. The guy was only asking $25 for it, which I'm like, it's more than I'm willing to spend on one thing at an open-air market, but when's the next time I'm going to see one? Why'd you take it out of the package? You're going to ruin the collector's value. You fucking idiot. I said, okay, 2 things. First of all, I ain't ever going to let go of this, right? So I don't care if it's in the box or out of the box. Secondly, how am I going to nut on it if it's still in the package? You guys are smart. Use your brains. Come on. Use your brains. The articulation on this figure is absurd. Like, the tail has all these individual joints, and you can move it wherever you want. You know, his neck has separate articulation from, like, the center part of his body, and then, like, he has an articulated butt. Most action figures don't have an articulated butt, but You know, the head is on a ball joint. It swivels around. It moves up and down. The wings aren't super articulated. They've kind of got little, you know, they're a little flimsy. They're just on little hinges. You can kind of see right there. But you know, each of his paws are individually articulated. All of his arms, all of his legs. So I bought this little guy to keep at my desk. You know, Spyro the Dragon is my favorite, like one of my favorite games from when I was a kid. You guys are talking about the Rainbow Dash jar in chat. That's awful. This is like, you guys know I buy a lot of bullshit, right? This is like the non-bullshit thing that I bought. The fucking Chucky Cheese, that's stupid. This, you guys know, this is all me. We did Spyro the Dragon for Extra Life last year, and I got 170th place for the 120% speed run. I'm pretty good at Spyro, okay? So let's go ahead, let's get into the weird shit. I'm gonna touch on these like real quick, and we'll kind of move through them. So this is just from stuff I got around Dallas. Not all of this came from the open air market. Kind of like this jar of barbecue sauce I got from the Asian market. It's Nazi barbecue sauce. That's the only reason why I bought this. Now I know it's only bad when you don't do that. In fact, that might actually trigger a censor on Twitch. Let's not do that. I look at that. I know that that's like an actual like Hindu symbol for good luck. I think is the original meaning of the swastika. But Hitler, he fucked up so bad that I can't name a single person on this planet who doesn't look at that and draw bad connotations. But I bought that purely because of the symbol, and also because, I mean, I am going to use it. I am going to cook with it and see if it tastes good. I was looking at the ingredients, and it actually looks like it's kind of like a citrus barbecue sauce. But no matter what it is, I'm sure it'll taste good on whatever it is that you're going to put in the oven. So that's the one joke I got for that. So one thing that you see all the time at these open air market sellers, they usually just put all sorts of action figures on a table, and they'll be like $3, $4. If it's a Ninja Turtle of any variety, they'll probably be like $10, because again, they don't really know what the things are worth. They just see Ninja Turtles, they're like, oh well, it's got to be really expensive, so we're gonna charge out the ass for it, even if it's from one of those sets that nobody cares about, like the ones where the Ninja Turtles are dressed up like clowns, which was a real thing that actually happens. So I like to go around to these vendors who have these assorted action figures, because usually there's some weird stuff that's peppered in there. Like this one. Like Bucky O'Hare. Who remembers Bucky O'Hare? Who also... I didn't even know that Bucky O'Hare had an action figure released of him. Fangemon is that Jazz Jackrabbit. No, this is Bucky O'Hare. It's Jazz Jackrabbit's long-lost, slightly special cousin, I believe. Yeah, they had a cartoon too. They really tried to make Bucky a thing in the late 80s, early 90s, and it didn't work. It fell flat. Nobody really cares. That was the era of the Ninja Turtles, at least the cartoons and stuff like that, so, you know, people were willing to fund anything and see what stuck. But, you know, I got a Bucky. I got a Bucky for $3, you know, for $3. I got this boy right here. Get down, get to their chopper. I think this is Arnold as he appears in Last Action Hero. I'm not sure. He doesn't have any like action functions, but he does have something that looks like it was supposed to clip onto his back, but maybe like a jetpack. I have no idea. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's from 1990. Was it 93? I think that was when Last Action Hero came out. I'm not sure. I can't not get Arnold. Look at this sweet ass belt buckle he's got. He's here to party. I don't even know what that is. I can't read it. I can't see what it is. Also, I just now realized I put Arnold Schwarzenegger's crotch just in the face of the camera. So, you know, his doctor surgeon guy, the square holes in his hands for his square dick. Yeah, we all know Arnie's got that. He's got that Minecraft dick. It's a real ailment, I think. You know, it's just down there. It's like a cookie tin. And the last figurine I got, I don't actually know. I don't know what this guy is from, but the copyright on his foot says Bandai. So it's like he's like a Minotaur. I got him for very obvious reasons, you know, furry trash and all, but I think he's really cool looking. He doesn't really look so much like a bull. He looks more like almost like a deer, or like a dog or something, like a canine. Doesn't have a tail. You know, I also checked. You know, checked down there. But he does have a button on his back, and he strikes a pose when you do that. It still kind of works. Okay, there we go. Is this the guy? Wait, okay. Dr. Surgeon Guy says Minotaur Bandai, searching it on Google, brings this. It's Power Rangers. This dude's from... I never watched Power Rangers when I was a kid. Didn't really come on the channel that I frequented as a child. Wasn't my thing. I was more into Goosebumps. So I don't recognize him. What is it? He's not. No, he's not a Power Ranger. I mean, I know what Power Rangers are. You guys remember sticker machines? The things you put a quarter in, and you push the handle in, and you pull it out, and then you get one of these little bad boys right here, and inside is a sticker. Well, there was just a random sticker machine at one of the vendors at this open air market. He just owned one and filled it with like overstock of stickers. So I put 1 quarter in it because that's all it took. It wasn't one of those quarter machines that now costs 50 cents due to inflation. I put 1 quarter in it, and the sticker I got, wait for it, is fucking Barney. Which, had I gotten this at any other point in my life than right now, where I just live for the campiest shit like this, I would have just thrown this away. But because it's Barney, and because I'm in my 30s, and because I'm looking back at things from the 90s, and I'm laughing at it, this is the perfect sticker. I love this. I have nothing to put it on. There's no more room on the back of this laptop. I'm out of space. And I'm not going to take other stickers off to make room for Barney. So I guess I'll put it in, like, I don't know, I'll stick it in like a photo album or something. Like, they still make this? Like, Barney's still a thing in 2019? Or is this... That's what gets me. I don't know. I don't have like PBS. I can't look it up. Do they still make Barney episodes? Is it like Sesame Street? Is it something that's just gone on forever? Or did they pull the plug on Barney? Did the meteor finally show up in the final episode of Barney and everybody died? And then this sticker has just been in that machine for 20 years. Like or did the guy just buy new old stock of stickers to fill his machine with? Or is this... It's printed on fucking Kodak paper. Like, what is this? Where did this come from? Let's look at something edible that I got. Also, one of the... Yeah, Fangemon, you are right. One of the dinosaurs was named BJ. I think the other one was named Baby Bop, I think. She was green. And BJ was like orange or something. Or maybe I'm confusing him with the frog from Gullah Gullah Island. I have no idea. Who was... Let's look at something edible. And I don't mean that in the sense of marijuana. So, when I looked at this in the same Asian market I got the Hitler sauce from, I looked at this and I immediately thought of something awful. .com. You guys will know why the minute I show it. Is a can of mangosteen juice. Don't drink my juice. Don't click my links. Lotax, I love you, but goddamn, that's all you're going to be remembered for is the mangosteen incident. Also, the can is dented. It was not like that when I bought it. I actually dented it over here just by... I can dent it just by squeezing it. And I picked it up a little too hard, and it got dented. So I tried to pop it out, and by doing that, I just made a bigger dent over here, so the can looks like shit. So I don't know. As for what is mangosteen, I have no fucking clue. It's some type of fruit. It's one of the, like, about 15 years ago, people were trying to like hawk it online as some miracle cure, kind of like how they talk about the acai berry, or acai if you don't know how to pronounce it. How people were kind of hawking that, and like raspberry keto and stupid shit like that. Mangosteen was the first in that line. back in the early 2000s. It's linked to something awful is that at one point Lotax posted a thread in the general bullshit forum, I think, and he was talking about Mangosteen, and he posted a link to where you could buy a Mangosteen. And he insisted it was just because he liked the product and wanted to share it with people. But people were like, is this a fucking referral link? Like, are you getting paid if we buy Mangosteen? And people started, like, trash-talking Lotax for it, and he had a goddamn meltdown. So he said, don't buy my juice, don't click my links. And then he locked the thread. And for the past 15 years, nobody has let him live that down. So I saw this, I thought of him, and I'm like, I've never tried a Mangosteen, I don't know what it's like, so I would like to try a little bit of that. Also, it does look like a plum with like a clove of garlic in it. Like, not a clove, I guess, that'd be a whole head of garlic. But for the occasion, I've busted out my Diet Pepsi. You got the right one, baby. Uh-huh. My old school Pepsi glass, and I am now going to take a little sample of the Mangosteen juice. What's it smell like? It doesn't smell bad. It smells like a cranberry grape cocktail juice that you get from like Ocean Spray or something. Doesn't smell that bad. So let's pour the. It's also not the color that I was expecting. I was expecting like a deep purple. So we got. I'm not gonna. There's still some left in the can. I'm not gonna pour the whole can in there. I mean, now it just looks like dirty dishwater. I kind of don't want to drink it. Let's take a sip. Hang on. I wonder if I should have shaken the can up first. It's not that bad, but it's got a weird aftertaste. Hang on. I mean, I can take 2 sips, you know. It's not bad. But like after you swallow it, after it's off your tongue, it just tastes like metal. It tastes like I've got a mouthful of pennies. And I actually do not know if that's because is there a date? Production date, expiration date, November 23rd, 2019. Production date, November 23rd, 2017. So it was been on the shelf for about a year and a half. So it's closer to being expired than not expired. Since we're on the subject of beverages, I also wanted to look at weird sodas when I was at this market, right? I don't want to find something that's like, Coca-Cola or whatever. Like when I go to Houston, there's a supermarket there called Food Town, and it's predominantly a Hispanic market with like Mexican goods that are imported and things like that. And they have some really interesting sodas there. They got pure cane sugar Coca-Cola. You can buy by the case, not just by individual bottles. You got a lot of good shit there. So when I was at this Vietnamese marketplace, I found something. I just picked something off the shelf that looked attractive. And I picked something called Vimto. And then when I got home, like when I'm setting up this stream just now, I realized that the name of this drink is an anagram of the word vomit. And I don't want to drink it. I really don't want to. There was a description of the product on here somewhere. Oh no, I was just looking at the ingredients, right? If you look down here, it's got natural extracts of blackcurrant, raspberry, just it doesn't seem that bad. But when I realized the anagram, I'm like, I don't know. Also, it's flavored with a U. So I got to drink this with my pinky out. So we're gonna try Vimto, and the only other clean glass I have right now is my Dragon Tales Welch's Jam glass. This is the one I talked about in the Game Fuel video. If you guys saw that, they're all playing musical instruments. You might be saying, Draco, why the fuck do you have that? I got it for the same reason I have a Barney sticker, you asshole. What is this? All right, herbs and spices. I'm gonna drink some KFC. All right. Let's pop open this can of Vimto. Let's take a sniff. Let's do the sniff test. That actually, hang on. That smells really good. That just smells like bubble gum. Okay, they should make a Sensi that smells like this. All right, and at least the color of the drink matches the can. It's like a deep red. Okay, let's take a sip. Cola. I'm sorry, you know I know I got to keep the sponsors happy, but let's see. That's pretty good. We are 2 for 2. I mean, it's definitely better than the Mangosteen, the dishwater, but this is actually like, yeah, that's it just kind of tastes like a less sweet version of like a Fanta, I guess. I can't quite pinpoint it. I know the ingredients said blackcurrant and said raspberry. I think I'm definitely tasting some of the fake raspberry, that artificial raspberry flavor. This is good. Actually, okay. You know, guys, I don't know the significance of the word Vimto. You ought to think of it. If you rearrange those letters, you get something really nasty. So maybe not. Maybe don't do that. Maybe pick a different name. I don't know. Let's show off some video games real quick. Some things that you know, coming soon to GatorBox that you guys can anticipate. Maybe. So, I love really weird, obscure, single-purpose software that's purely meant to hype something, to get people excited for whatever it is. Doesn't really have a lot of, they don't have a long shelf life. It seems to be it's basically made as a stopgap for something else to come out. And what I have here, I believe is something that was released between generations 2 and 3 of Pokemon, and it's a computer game called Pokemon Masters Arena. Now, in the past, we played Pokemon Play It, which was the trading card tutorial game that came out around this time, I think. This was 2003, so 01-ish. And on the back, it's like Trico's word jumble. Let me zoom in on that. Trico's word jumble. I heard, you know, Mudkips. I heard you like Mudkips. Mudkip playing bingo on a 4x4 grid. I don't know how you do that. Master... Hang on, but here's the thing. Master all 8 games to unlock and print 8 exclusive collectible Pokemon posters. They are so collectible, you guys. You can just print as many as the motherfuckers off from your computer as you want. Next one is something I haven't seen for a while. But when I saw this in one of the half-price books I was at, it's just like I immediately had a memory jog. Do you guys remember Icy Sue the T-Rex? You guys remember her? She had, like, children's books about dinosaurs. You could, like, learn how to read with them. I remember them vaguely. Like, they came out... This was something that came out around the time of, like, Pajama Sam and Freddy Fox and the Fish and the Car characters. I don't remember their names. But there was kind of a... renaissance of, like, edutainment software in the middle of the last decade. And that's what this came from. I'm not really sure what this is about, but it looks like there's some weird games. You play here, matching tiles, move your dinosaur through Sue's world at night if you dare. You know, this was, like I said, this Sue, the T-Rex, was a fossilized Tyrannosaurus Rex that was discovered in the late 90s or the beginning of the 2000s. I'm not sure, but it was a big deal because I think she was like a complete skeleton or really close to it. There was some, I don't remember the specifics. But Sue was a big deal, and people kind of jumped on like the marketing for it very briefly. And you know, it's dinosaurs. Kids love dinosaurs. Hell, I'm in my 30s. I love dinosaurs. Why the hell do you think I bought this? It also includes a miniature tour of the Sue exhibit from the museum she's at, which I think is interesting. So when I was looking at this, I'm like, yeah, this is some of the kind of stuff we could do on stream. And one thing that got me here, this features the voice of Danny Tamborelli, star of Nickelodeon's Pete and Pete and Figure It Out. And all that. And I think that's all. I've also got this weird PC game called Estatica, developed by Psygnosis, which, that caught my attention. Like, this looks badass. I was like, what is this, like a rip-off of Doom or something? Because you had Doom, you had Hexen, you had Heretic, you had Wolfenstein 3D, and then you had all these other games. I think those were all developed by id Software, but then you had all these other games that came out around the same time that tried to look like Doom. But they weren't Doom, but they were banking on that look and feel. So I looked at this, I'm like, dude, that's what that's got to be. That looks fucking cool. And then I flipped it over on the back. We got fucking Baldi's Basics on the back. And we also, hang on, oh shit, that's a little too spooky. I got spooky, scary skeletons here. I probably should have, I don't know. So apparently some of you guys actually know about this game. Orkyborg started freaking out, and then Aether, you said you were actually super into this despite its really weird graphical style. Yeah, that's exactly, that's how I would put it. But when I saw the cover, I was like, dude, and it was only like $2 or something. It was on the clearance section. I was like, dude, and I flipped it over on the back. I was like, bruh. This next thing is not something we're going to be able to play, but I bought it for my collection. I thought it was really weird. It's just Tetris for the Philips CDI. It's in like a really nice case. It's, you know, it comes in a sleeve. It's the same thing on that. I was looking at that. I mean, it looks like a pretty interesting, pretty looking game for the time. Looks all right. Looks pretty cool. I don't know what the music is like. It says 10 original CD soundtracks, so there's a chance I might be able to put this in my computer and just listen to the music at least. Finally, the last PC game I got, and this one I really kind of want to stream sometime soon because I was looking at it. You guys heard of Nano Quest. Now get ready for Nanosaur Hatchling. We have a beautiful Dilophosaurus here on the cover, and there's like a bullet hole, and he's got or she's got an egg. It also includes free 3D glasses, which aren't going to work because I'm fucking blind. But I was looking at the back of this, and I'm like, what? Just what is going on? What is this? Is the pterodactyl shooting explosives at the fucking brontosaurus, the brachiosaurus? Like, what is this? And there's like another one with the pterodactyl that's got like a rocket jetpack on, and there's like there's these ships or something right here. Like, you get suitable for all ages though. So whatever it is, it's rated E for mild cartoon violence. Also, yeah, it does look pretty fun. But the year is 4122. A Nanosaur was sent into the past to retrieve the unhatched eggs of an ancient dinosaur species. The mission was a success, but rebel Nanosaurs have stolen the eggs and have taken them to off-world bases. That sounds like both the dumbest, but also the most radical thing I have ever heard. So this next thing is just, it's a Happy Meal toy from Tiny Toons Adventures. This is Sweetie Bird driving a steamroller, and you got Furball on the steamroller drum. I have a few of the toys from this collection. I've got Buster Bunny and Babs Bunny. No relation. I've also got Hampton Pig. I think I had Plucky Duck. I'm not sure. I can't find the rest of my collection, but I keep buying the ones that I'm pretty sure I don't have. I lead in with that vehicle because you guys, we just did a BattleBots stream last night. You guys remember that? Of the new season of BattleBots. One of these vendors had a whole bunch of random shit in his store. Basically, these open-air markets look like storage facilities that have been repurposed, and the units, instead of being used for storage, well, those are miniature walk-in stores. And the people that have, like, just random crap are the ones I always look at, because that's where you find stuff like this. These are fucking BattleBots toys, and I'm not talking, like, the new BattleBots. These toys are literally almost 20 years old. From when, like, the very first run of BattleBots toys, and they were trying to figure out what would stick and what wouldn't stick. Right here we got Vlad the Impaler, the original Vlad the Impaler, not this Vlad the Impaler 2 shit. And we've got a very creative take on Minion, who's got 2 saw blades instead of 1, but I think they just did that because they had to put a gear right here for the axle to make it spin. These are actually keychains. But it's really stupid that they're keychains because this little piece right here breaks off, and if you... There's a... check this out. There's a reverse, a release, and a lock. If you put it on lock, and you pull this all the way out, there's a big-ass... It's going to say there's a snake in my boot. And someone poisoned the water hole. So you do that, and when you put it on release... Well, that was anticlimactic. Come on, you can at least act like a 2-time champion. This worked minutes before this stream. I tested these out to make sure that this would not happen whenever I brought them out. But come on, Vlad. Click. Was there a button I press? I think these had some type of batteries inside of them. I think. And I probably ought to open them up and take a look. It looks like they just have Phillips head screws. But basically, if you look on the side, they're made by Tiger Electronics. Shoutouts to the Gamecom. When the Gamecom failed, right before Tiger went tits up and got bought by Hasbro, this is one of the last things they did. And I think they're battery operated because there is an LED right here. And but I'm not really sure what this does, because this is clearly just purely mechanical when it wants to work. I don't think it's supposed to have a battery to pull the string back in. Can I get it to start working again? Please. Most people remember the BattleBots toys that were the kind that had the wheels on the bottom that you could, you know, push forward and crash together, and they would like pop open, or the wheels would pop off or something like that. These ones right here, made by Tiger, are pretty rare because Tiger didn't really make a whole lot of the BattleBots toys. They went with Jakks Pacific relatively quickly into production. The keychain I showed off, I've already put it away. The keychain I showed off last night of Ronin, even though these are keychains too, that when you pull on the string, the saw blade lifts up and down. Those were also made by Jakks Pacific. So the Tiger Electronics BattleBots toys are actually fairly rare. The Minion one, I mean, they had to take some liberties. The wheel placement's a little bit weird. The wheels do not turn, by the way. These are purely stationary. So I'm not sure what... I don't know a lot about these, which is why I picked them up. Because this little thing, it clips into the bottom right there, but then, like, there's a string, but there's also, like, the thing on the back of a Dreamcast controller, so am I supposed to pull this and go like this? And if so, why? Do you do like this and then... Wait, hang on. Do you... It's because Vlad's got it too. So do you go like... No, this can't be it. You're not supposed to... Are you supposed to tractor pull them together? It's gonna get tangled up. I've got two of them. I should be able to do this, but unfortunately the Vlad one doesn't work, so... I don't know. But anyways, you got the Minion one here. And the lock thing is up here on the top of Minion's chassis, I think. If I click... There we go. God damn, that's loud. This one works. It's the slowest spinning saw blades on the planet. Beautiful. I have one more thing to show off to you guys, and I'm quite proud of this one. Then we're going to go to break. I'm going to get in touch with my inner Dinosaur Dracula. If you don't know what that is, dinosaurdracula.com. Matt, he's an amazing blogger. I've been following his work for almost 20 years. He writes about nostalgic stuff, old Kool-Aid, old junk food, old movies, you name it. He's all about that. He lives in an era. He's found a time machine, and he lives in an era that I wish I could. And when I was shopping around at this open-air market, I found a guy that had, he was selling his collection of tins. So I have, you know, he had this trolley tin, this gummy bear tin. And I haven't shown you guys the artwork on it yet because it's something special. This really caught my attention here. I'm not big on I don't collect tins, but I do purchase things if they have some use to me, some utility. So I actually bought a couple tins from him to hold like tea bags in, just something little like that. But this is actually the Trolley Neon Bears candy that they used to make in the 90s. And for some reason they put it in a tin. I don't know why. Like, for a while, lots of things got put in tins. Like, fucking crayons were put in tins, pancake syrup, just weird shit. Like goldfish crackers, I don't know. Like, things that probably shouldn't be in tins, they put them in collectible tins. So this is, of course, the Trolley Neon Bears branded candy that I vaguely remember. And here's our Neon Bear. Look at that fucking shirt. It's just a shirt that says neon colors, and it's written in Helvetica, and the text is not adjusted in a way. It's adjusted so that it follows loosely the contours of his body, but it doesn't follow like any of the folds that would be in the clothing from him, you know, being radical like that. The best part. Locked away for 30 years. It's still full of candy. They've just all turned black. That's it. And these are the packages. These are the packages that I remember from my childhood. I remember seeing these just in the jar that you could buy for, I think, either a quarter or for 50 cents at the grocery store. I think they were a quarter, because you could get the full big bag for like $1. Aether says, I imagine they're not meant to all be black. They are not. These used to be different colors, but as gummy candy ages and deteriorates, they just congeal and they all turn kind of like a purplish black, and is not very good. And then, like I said, they do have barcodes, because they sold you a whole tin of these things. I don't know how much the tin actually cost. I think there's this must have been shrink wrapped in something, because I noticed there's actually not a barcode on this anywhere. Or maybe there was a sticker on the bottom. I don't know. But these are all individually marked, because like I said, you could just buy these just for a quarter a piece. So, I tell you what, this one looks pretty good. So I'm gonna open this up, and we're gonna see what was there a year? Is there a year on the tin? Like a copyright for this awful artwork? I mean, it has to have been the early 90s. It can't be anywhere. It can't be anywhere else. You don't need to see me. I know, but I wanna. You guys, you're not my real dad. Look, if Ashens can get away with eating 60-year-old meat from a can, I can eat 30-year-old gummy bears. I'm ruining the collector's value here. I've lowered the value by just a little bit. Well, they don't look that bad. They've all changed the same color. They've all become NPCs, but they're not. I don't know. Let's see what they smell like. Okay, they don't smell good at all. It smells like an old school, like a school that was built in the 40s that's still around and in use today. Like when you just stand in the hallway and it smells like old paint. That's what that smells like. I don't know what color any of these used to be, so I'm just gonna pick this one right here. Nope, not two at a time. I'm gonna pick this one, and I can't tell what color this was supposed to be, but I'm gonna Phantomon asbestos. That's the smell. That's what it smells like. If I eat this, I will be entitled to a mesothelioma claim. I'm gonna eat the whole thing right here. It's gonna be one. Just be one. It definitely tastes old. That might have been a lime flavor. It doesn't taste like rot. Oh, now it does. Get my mangosteen juice. Hang on. It's not that bad. I'm gonna eat this one to see if they all just taste the same. To see if they've all like homogenized in color and flavor. I'm gonna do one more. No, this one's definitely like a grape or a cherry. And it also tastes like asbestos. And now it also tastes like rot. Eat them all. Progressively over the span of a year of streams. Well, really, considering these things are 30 years old, almost, if I eat them over the course of 1 year, it's really not going to be like... It's not going to be any different now than they will be a year from now, you know what I mean? You got to make it like that that experiment. What's it fucking called? That farmer took a bunch of seeds from a bunch of different type of weeds, and he buried them in bottles upside down so they would not collect water and sprout. And he buried them out in a field in like Michigan. And this was back in like 1870. And then like every couple of years he would look at the seeds and see which ones would like germinate and still grow. But he buried so many of them that like then instead of every couple of years he was like, okay, every 5, every 10. And now he's long since died, and other people have taken up that experiment. And now it's like every 20 years they crack one open to see like which ones have still survived like 140 years later. So really that's what you gotta do with these, is what I'm saying. Don't eat them all over the course of 1 year. Eat them over the course of the rest of my life. But hey, this is all the crap I got when I was in Dallas, and I guess I maybe could have done 2 unboxes because I really went overtime on that. But I had a lot of fun showing all this crap off to you guys. Thanks for checking out this video. Leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you didn't. Either way, your feedback is appreciated. And you can also subscribe to GatorBox if you like this content and want to see more of it from us. Catch us live Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central at twitch.tv/GatorBox. If you'd like to support this channel, you can do so at patreon.com/GatorBox or streamlabs.com/GatorBox.